Did you get a traffic ticket for being on your cell phone when you're at a stoplight in the state of Washington? Stay tuned and learn more. Hey guys, Tony Garguile here, and like I said in the intro, today we were talking about a cell phone ticket in the state of Washington. The reason I'm making this video is recently I got a call from a potential client who had received a traffic ticket, a cell phone ticket, and they were mad because she said that she was at a stop sign and she pulled out her phone briefly to respond to a text message. And she was like, well, I was at a stop sign, I wasn't actually driving, so how can I get this cell phone ticket? And the reason she could is because the law was updated in 2017. So up until 2017, a cell phone ticket in the state of Washington was actually a non-moving violation. And it was kind of an easy ticket to beat, because the only way that they could give you a cell phone ticket is one of two ways. The first one is that you actually had to be driving. So say I'm out driving on the road and I'm holding my cell phone up to the ear. But if I was driving my vehicle and I have it on speakerphone or have it on speakerphone right here, it wasn't a violation. Okay, so the only way that you could have got a cell phone ticket up until 2017 is you actually had to be driving and holding it up to your ear. The other way was with text messaging. And what the law said there is that you either had to send, read, or write a text message. So if I'm driving and I'm sending a text message up until the change in the law, would have been a violation. However, if I was driving and I'm on my GPS or I'm playing on my Spotify, changing the song, that wasn't a violation. So in 2017, they changed the law to basically give them a broader net to give you a ticket, essentially. So let's take a look at the statute and we can kind of go over what is allowed and what is not allowed. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Hey guys, now that I have the statute pulled back up, it's going to be found under RCW 46.61.672. You can go to Google and actually type this in yourself and pull up the statute very easily. But essentially what it says is that a person who uses a personal electronic device while driving a motor vehicle on a public highway is guilty of a traffic infraction and must pay a fine. So let me hop back on screen and we're going to talk about what does driving include and what does use include. So give me 1 second. All right, so what does driving include? So according to the statute, driving is whenever you're operating your motor vehicle on a public roadway, including, and this is the big takeaway, when you're temporarily stopped. So if you're temporarily stopped for a stoplight, or you're stuck and go traffic, or any other delay. If you're still on the roadway, your car is still in drive, even if you're temporarily stopped, that's going to be a violation of the law. If you were to use your cell phone, of course. Now, what it doesn't include, if you were to pull over to the side of the road, for example, and put your car in park, then you could pull out your cell phone and use it. But moral of the story is, if you are in drive, even if you're temporarily stopped for stop-and-go traffic, for example, that's going to be a violation. Okay, so what about use? What does use actually mean? So use is using your cell phone for whatever purpose when it's in your hand. Okay, so that's the big thing. So it's no longer has to be up to your ear. If you pull it out for a brief second and have that in your hand for any reason, it's going to be a violation. So what is allowed would be if you have a car mount, for example. You have your cell phone in a car mount on your dashboard. You can use that with like one finger to switch a song, for example, or hit send. If you're not actually holding the cell phone, you can use it. Minimal manipulation is what the language says, but basically you can briefly do it as long as you're not actually holding the cell phone. It potentially could be permissible. The final thing I want to briefly go over is that cell phone tickets, with the change in the law in 2017, became moving violations, which mean they go on your driving record and they impact your insurance rates significantly. Insurance is all about risk, and insurance companies think that people who get distracted driving tickets, like a cell phone ticket, are a higher risk to get in an accident. So if you did recently get a ticket for a cell phone violation, you definitely want to fight it unless you want to pay more for your insurance rates. We would be happy to talk to you about it at 253-201-2001, or you can find us online at MrTicketFixer.com.